Alright, ladies and gentlemen, I'm here tonight on the show. And I'm here tonight to talk about some NBA. We're talking about some of the news around the world of the NBA today. A lot of news to discuss here. First thing I'm talking about is Bill Simmons. He argued today that he argues why Nikola Jokic is better than Larry Bird offensively. So he believes that the Nuggets center is a better offensive player than the Hall of Famer Larry Bird, which I think you could argue that. I think you could argue why Nikola Jokic is better. But you gotta stop the Larry Legend disrespect. Man, it's very debatable. Jokic can shoot, he can shoot. Jokic can shoot not as well as Bird, but for a big, he has good finishing. I don't know, it's hard to argue these type of things. Like, who's better? Bird was a wizard with the ball. He had like Magic Johnson type level playmaking. Jokic is a great passing big, but he doesn't distribute like Larry Bird. But I don't know. I think it's hard to argue this type of stuff. It's very debatable though. It's very debatable. It's not like it's far Larry Bird. It's just really tough to debate this. But I mean, it is Bill Simmons. It's hard to compare two different eras. Especially seeing players back in Bird's era would lay you out or drive to the rack. I mean, I like Jokic though. Jokic is definitely top 3 MVP candidate this year. He's definitely going to be in contention to win his 3rd MVP. People think, oh, he's not going to win his 3rd MVP. He could. I don't know, but it is Bill Simmons at the end of the day saying this. So, I mean, stop reading stuff that Bill Simmons says. But I mean, it's not that hard of a take, but these are two great players, and it's hard to compare players in two different eras. Well, I mean, Larry Bird's a better shooter, but he's such an underrated playmaker. Jokic is really a playmaker. Bird is a better shooter, though, but I would take Jokic for the playmaking, Larry Bird for the shooting, but it's hard to debate these two players. Report the Lakers giving quote-unquote serious consideration to rounding out the season with their current roster. So the Lakers are currently giving serious consideration with rounding out their roster to the end of the year. Despite obviously the need to improve the overall roster, the Lakers are considering the idea of staying with the current players they have on that team with their current core this season. In basketball, people don't call for ownership to sell, but this is just awful. If this comes to pass, then Jenny Buss should just sell the team. Because nobody knows what they're doing. Ownership, the management, they're fully lost at this point. And Lakers fans, please think, what team would trade for Russell Westbrook, though, you could say on the other hand. There's no escape from the Westbrook prison. The Lakers are screwed. The Lakers, there's this talk every year they might bolster the roster, try and make a move, and this year, don't do shit. But there might be no trades they could realistically make without giving major components of your roster in draft picks. You might not get shit this year, and I think there's nothing wrong with that, with waiting to trade in the offseason, see what you can. They think their roster's like the Michael Jordan, Scottie Pippen Bulls. Their roster's not that good. But why would you waste a year of LeBron James? Why would you waste a year of LeBron James, though, on the other hand? The fact that Rob Pelinka still has a job amazes me. I think some Lakers fans are going to say, somebody said, I'm giving serious consideration to riding out the season without watching any more Laker games. So, wow, so they're either going to make a trade, or not make a trade. Wow. A+ journalism. But I don't think anybody's going to accept that Russell Westbrook contract, and the role players aren't really appealing at all, outside of probably maybe Austin Reeves. LeBron James has tremendous regard for Jimmy Butler and Bam Adebayo. He's going to request a trade to Miami again. He's going to go back to Miami. He's wanting to go play now with Jimmy Butler and Bam Adebayo in Miami. But there's no way he's going back to the Heat. There's no way. But I mean, LeBron did hint maybe he doesn't want to stay in a losing team. He don't want to go to a winning team where he doesn't want to lose. He wants to win. So maybe he's saying this to try and get out of the Lakers to go to the Miami Heat again. I could see it happening. Victor Wembanyama blast tanking teams. It's a weird strategy. So he's basically blasting teams who are obviously tanking for him, saying it's a weird strategy. So basically saying a team with a losing culture won't be the right fit for him and it will hinder his development from the jump. Everyone has known this. And he doesn't want to end up in a small market, and maybe the Pelicans could get a draft pick from the Lakers. Possibly. Who knows? I want to talk about the NBA suspending 9 Magic players. So let's talk about this. They suspended 9 Magic players for that incident, that fight the other night. Detroit Pistons guard Killian Hayes has been suspended 3 games without pay. Should have been more games. I mean, he knocked out a man. Elbow to the back of the head. Should have been like 8 to 10 game suspension. That's what I would have done without pay. And Orlando Magic center Mo Wagner 2 games without pay. So he only got 1 less game than the guy who knocked him out. That's crazy. And Pistons guard, and they suspended Pistons guard Hamidou Diallo 1 game without pay for their roles in an on-court altercation. It was announced today by Joe Dumars, Executive Vice President, Head of Basketball Operations. In addition to 8 other Magic players, guards Cole Anthony, R.J. Hampton, Gary Harrison, Kevon Harris, forwards Admiral Schofield and Franz Wagner, and centers Mo Bamba and Wendell Carter Jr. have each been suspended 1 game without pay for leaving the bench area during an on-court altercation. So 9 Magic players have been suspended. 8 of them has been suspended for leaving the bench area during the on-court altercation. That's lame. What did Mo do to get suspended, man? If Killian hadn't overreacted, Mo wouldn't have got suspended. Didn't have any part in that brawl, really. I mean, I know he shut him out of bounds, but 3 games for dangerously punching someone in the back of the head. But if roles were reversed, Wagner would be getting investigated by the league. The Orlando Magic bench next game is literally about to be empty. I don't know who's going to play the next game. So, yeah, Julius Randle, over his last 5 games, he's put up 41 points, 11 rebounds, 7 assists, 29 points, 18 rebounds, 4 assists, 35 points, 8 rebounds, 4 assists, 29 points, 12 rebounds, 3 assists, 30 points, 13 rebounds, 4 assists. Julius Randle is underrated. People really hate on him last year when he struggled in the playoffs. People were calling him one season wonder, but Julius Randle's quietly shut up those haters this season, putting up some pretty good numbers and some pretty good efficiency. And he's an all-star, in my opinion. He could be an all-star. And I've been disrespecting him a little bit. I thought maybe last season, he could have been one season wonder, maybe. And they're all losses. I get that they're all losses, but he can only do so much. If he's the only one doing anything, then there's not much he can do. He hasn't been getting any help lately. He's been playing at an all-NBA level. You can't blame him while you're losing. LaMelo Ball's last 10 games, he's put up 27-10-9, 21-10-4, 27-7-7, 23-8-8, 25-11-12, 23-5-12, 31-5-5, 27-2-3, 23-1-11, 26-1-6. So he nearly put up a 27-point triple-double last night. He's the future of that team. But I mean, I know he hasn't had the best efficiency. But I mean, he's had his true shooting percentage. He's only had 2 inefficient games. People are trying to say, "Oh, look at his efficiency." He's only had 2 games where he didn't really shoot good, and he's missed quite a few games. He might be an all-star if he didn't miss so many games. So he's been really good. Rudy Gobert says Karl-Anthony Towns is a wing in a center's body. So he said basically this, like, Rudy Gobert said Karl-Anthony Towns is like a wing fuck. Trapped in a sinner's body, basically. Find some more stuff. John Stockton, he now thinks that quote-unquote thousands of athletes may have died from the vaccine. I had the proof in my hands. Oh, do you now? Where's the proof, John Stockton? Y'all show the proof. If you know this. The piece of paper. What piece of paper? You didn't show the piece of paper to anybody. With the names. You didn't show any piece of paper with names. I think it's in the thousands now. Basically the rest of the quote, it's like, don't quote me on this or whatever. Don't quote me on this. On that one, I'm not saying 1,000, but it might be. It's a big number. People are just gonna accept the vaccine at this point. Like you get in California, I was talking to, obviously in the Discord chat with Barney, Bus and Blaney, that in California you can't even go to parties or whatever without a vaccine or go to places or whatever. People just need to accept at this point. So I was talking about Rudy Gobert versus Carlton Towns is like a wing in a center's body. He's literally just chatting. I don't know what is this guy saying? Cat's slow-footed. He isn't guarding any wings, and Gobert needs to assess what he is. He's probably impressed that Cat is tall but can still dribble more than 5 consecutive times.